What's up, YouTube, man? To all my people out there, man. Finna get into this video, man. Talking about BRICC Baby and Wack 100. I don't know what's going on, but let's see what's going on, y'all. If you tune in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I very much appreciate it. Before I'm ado, let's get into it.
Quarter jail call, BRICC Baby will go off on Wack 100 in response to Wack 100 calling him a snitch. Now, in his response, BRICC Baby will make his own accusations against Wack 100. Now, conveniently or ironically, around the same time the call came out, Wack 100 actually confronted the person who's been spreading, I guess, the misinformation, or who gave BRICC Baby the information about Wack 100 on Clubhouse. And we're going to cover everything. So first off, let's just cover why BRICC Baby is currently doing a recorded jail call going off on Wack. It's because last week, Wack 100 alluded to the fact that he believes that BRICC Baby has been cooperating with the feds for a very long time.
So when I tell you working, when a BRICC was BRICC, you was out 19, 20 months, no court date for some serious crimes. But listen, watch this. Traveling with Adam to New York and Atlanta. Can't no travel once the feds snatch you, boy. Unless you working. BRICC Baby is never in Big U, Rico.
If you see my last video, I did say, for me to believe that BRICC Baby told, I would have to see the black and white paperwork, man. I just got so much love for BRICC Baby that I can't even imagine BRICC would do such a thing. I would just need the black and white. Like, show me BRICC Baby, like, show me, you know, like the black and white, right? So BRICC Baby responds back to Wack. And BRICC Baby's response is essentially to accuse Wack of the same thing. So BRICC Baby takes to his channel, and in like his response, he brings up something that's not really new. Like, what he brings up has been discussed at length for a while now. I think Wack 100 is currently involved in a civil lawsuit because of this, because WorldStar published a video on their main channel accusing Wack 100 of being a snitch from a case that Wack essentially has nothing to do with. So BRICC Baby is bringing those rumors back up and asking Wack 100 to address it.
Is private student loan debt wrecking your life? You really need to talk to White Refi. White Refi, refi.
Hey, what's the big old deal? What's the big old deal? Don't see you late, man. It's the BRICC. I know y'all ain't heard from me in a minute. I've been sitting back, kicking it, man. But you know, Mr. Face Down, Ass Up, been mentioning my name so much that I got it. I don't even have to defend myself, so I'm not even finna get on here acting like I'm finna defend myself. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get no points for not telling. That's what a real nigga's supposed to do. So I'm not gonna shower myself with flowers, none. You know what I mean? You people that feel like you need to be showered with flowers because you didn't tell, that mean that it was a thought in the back of your head that you could get off on somebody. But this is all I want to know. Mr. Cash Jones, Wack 100, right? Whatever happened to the case that was filed on you for conspiracy to commit murder? That's all I want to know. You know what I mean? We just want you to go get the paperwork to all the cases that you've had filed against you. We don't care about the gun case in Oklahoma. That could have, where you got caught with 20 guns and all that shit. I got caught with less than that. And you know what I mean? We already see the outcome of that. So I just want to know, from a man to a man, when they kicked your door in over you being the gossip little troll you are, talking to Stutterbox and talking to Dale Dog, you dropping the low on Stutterbox, saying that he live across.
This call is from a federal prison.
Dale Dog, rest in peace. You know what I mean? Shout out to Double D's, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, Street Mafia. You and Stutterbox. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Stutterbox on the phone on my next video. We gonna go over it lick by lick, right? But explain to me what happened when they kicked your door in for conspiracy to commit murder. Those type of cases just don't go away. So, did you turn evidence of the U.S. government or the state? What happened? Cause we have no clue. If you say that you not CS2 back, cool. We know that you CS2 back.
Let's give you guys a backstory because a lot of you guys are not familiar with exactly what case BRICC Baby is talking about. Shaq, when he was playing for the Lakers, ingratiated himself with the Main Street Crips, right? He was rolling around with gang members for protection. Now, he began to do business with this guy called Robert Ross. Now, Shaquille O'Neal and his business partner, Mark Stevens, they had a record label. Robert Ross brought a rapper to Shaq. However, whatever happened with that particular deal with the rapper that he brought to Shaq, the business broke down. Robert Ross felt like he was cheated or scammed, and him and Shaq became ops. Robert Ross still wanted some money out of Shaq. So even though the deal broke down, he began to threaten Shaq and tell Shaq, I got a sex tape of your wife. Pay up or else I'm going to release it. Now, Robert Ross, looking back, he was bluffing the entire time. He never had a sex tape with Shawnee O'Neal, but he was telling Shaq that. So Shaquille O'Neal kept, kept getting harassed, kept getting threatened. He wanted Robert Ross to go away permanently. Robert Ross was ultimately kidnapped by 7 Main Street Crips. So on or about February 11, 2008, in the county of Los Angeles, Shaquille O'Neal and Mark Stevens, acting through their agents, Liddell, a.k.a. Del Dog, and other members of Los Angeles street gang Main Street Mafia Crips, they kidnapped Robert Ross, committed an assault and battery on plaintiff, converted the personal property of plaintiff, and intentionally caused plaintiff to suffer emotional distress. This was a big deal. 7 Crips got arrested for this. Now, apparently, it wasn't just a kidnapping case. No, this was a conspiracy to commit murder. Like, their plans was to apparently kill Robert Ross, but Robert Ross escaped or didn't die. So a lot of people was committed because Shaquille O'Neal was involved in it. Somehow, a lot of people was committed to making sure either those 7 Crips get off or those 7 Crips get convicted. And the state wanted those 7 Crips to be convicted. Ultimately, they could tie Shaq to this. So what happened is there was a man called Stutterbox. Now, Stutterbox was apparently a confidential informant at that particular time. Stutterbox was working against the 7 Main Street Crips, and Stutterbox eventually took the stand against the Main Street Crips, right? Because Stutterbox was in the mix of everybody, but he was already a working informant. So all he had to do was just come and testify and tell everything. Now, there were several calls with Stutterbox and Del Dog, who they will say was the agent or the Crip that kind of directed everything. So Stutterbox was in the know-how, right? He was on the phone with Del Dog, and he knew everything.
Your online store is getting traffic but no sales, or you're struggling to optimize conversion rates. Boost AI search and discovery with the features of search, filter, recommendation, visual merchandising, and analytics.
Stutterbox at that time, though, was also working against Wack 100. Now, Stutterbox would claim he only told on Wack 100 because the police was telling him that Wack 100 was coming after him because he was working a snitching on Shaq, because Shaq and Wack 100 was like this. So the police told Stutterbox, yo, Wack is coming after you, bro. So Stutterbox began to snitch on Wack and claimed that Wack was driving like drugs across state line with his trucking company. Wack is pulled over, he gets raided, his house gets raided. They find a firearm, but the firearm belongs to Wack's wife, who's legal, so that didn't bring no charges. They didn't find any drugs, right? And in like Wack's car. So Wack right now is sitting in a advantageous position. Wack was trying to sue LAPD. Wack was trying to sue the F out of them for the raid. Now, again, this is all documented stuff. Like this is all stuff that's on paper. Like, this is all documented. Wack is trying to sue them. So corrupt cop Greg Hayden, you heard that name before. He's the cop that apparently solved Biggie's murder, or he's also the cop that did the proffer with Keefe D, but then eventually leaked the proffer, right, of Keefe D confessing to Tupac's murder. So corrupt cop Greg Hayden tells Wack and his attorney, bro, listen, okay, please. I will tell you who tipped us off to you, right? Just so you know, okay? But bro, between me and you, bro, like, chill. So Wack lawyer kind of convinced him, hey, bro, you don't want to piss them off too much, bro. Like, you know, like it was a raid. There's not much you can get out of this, to be honest. But he's willing to tell us who tipped him off to you, right? Don't you want to know who the confidential informant is? So Greg Hayden tells Wack, yo, Stutterbox told on you. Yo, Stutterbox is working. Wack gets this information and Wack begins to expose Stutterbox, just like how Wack has been exposing people on the internet over the last couple of years, right? But in the streets is your word versus my word, right? It's, yo, he a snitch. No, hell no, not a snitch. So it was Stutterbox word versus Wack 100 word, right? And Stutterbox was denying everything. But when the trial of the 7 mainstream Crips started, Stutterbox was called to take the stand against them and testify against them because Stutterbox has been on wiretaps on the phone with Del Dog, who's supposed to be like the orchestrator of everything. So when Stutterbox was taking a stand, Wack 100 knew everything about Stutterbox. Wack 100 told his attorney, listen, here is all the terrible things I know about Stutterbox. Tell the defense attorneys for the 7 Main Street Crips, yo, ask him this. I'll bet you he's gonna lie about that on the stand. I'll bet you.
When I started Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses, I needed a website. Figuring out how to make one was pretty hard.
I'll bet you he's gonna lie about that and he's not gonna be credible. So Wack 100 gave him like the information. They asked Stutterbox this and Stutterbox fed right into it. He lied, he perjured himself, and Stutterbox like testimony got thrown out. Well, Stutterbox was like the start witness outside of Robert Ross. And that led to the 7 Main Street Crips be in the case. Now, because of that particular part, right, being involved or being a part of it, right, because Wack 100 was involved, I think, in helping the Main Street Crips beat the case, Wack 100 enemies, they dropped a documentary. And in this documentary, they reference a call. It was a call with Del Dog, which is the leader who orchestrated the kidnapping of Robert Ross. It was Stutterbox, and it was a guy called CS2 Back. So now the enemies of Wack 100 is saying, hold on. Well, if you help them beat the case, then how come your name not in the paperwork? Well, he did it through his lawyer. And then they're saying, hold on. His name ain't in the paperwork because Wack 100 must be CS2 Back. Now, CS2 Back stands for Confidential Informant Back. And the only evidence they're saying that Wack is CS2 Back is they're claiming that the names sound alike. That the name CS2 Back sounds like Wack, so Wack 100 must be CS2 Back. I've taken the position of, I'm not going with this until I see the black and white paperwork, right? BRICC Baby is my brother. Wack 100 is my brother. I'm not picking sides in their beef. Just like how I made that video saying, I'm not calling BRICC Baby a snitch or a rat until I see black and white paperwork. I'm not saying Wack 100 is CS2 Back, or I'm not calling Wack 100 no rat until I see the black and white. Until I see Cash Jones sign a proffer saying this. Or yo, Cash Jones interrogation, or yo, Cash. Bro, if there's no black and white, yo, bro, y'all gotta stop calling people rats here. If there's no black and white, or unless, in the case of, let's say, Jeezy, right, where the literal FBI agent is coming out and saying, yeah, he did it. But yeah, that's who CS2 Back is. That's who they're claiming it is, okay? But Wack 100, from my perspective, is not CS2 Back. CS2 Back was a confidential informant that was on the phone with Stutterbox and Del Dog, right? And he fed information on that conversation with Del Dog to the folks and got Del Dog caught up as well, right? So that's the backstory. So when you hear BRICC Baby say CS2 Back, just know that's what he's referring to. Now, we also have audio of Wack 100 addressing this, and we'll also play that shortly.
But what happened to the case? How you get off from the conspiracy case? You gave Del Dog the information why them phones was tapped, and Stutterbox got shot up. His house or his car got shot up, and you was to blame for it. They came and kicked your door. You let your wife go down for the blower. You know what I mean? Another bitch ass nigga move. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You got your girls. It wasn't. I don't think that it was registered to her. I don't want to get ahead of the game, but your girl didn't have a registered blower. You let her take the case, and so that means you told on your bitch, and you told on them niggas from Main Street. Well, you tried to. They already knew you was hot, and they wouldn't answer none of your phone calls. Cause what you said in a YouTube or a clubhouse room, you said that, hey, do you know somebody told on me? You said, hey, all I was trying to do was holler at Del Dog and tell him that Stutter Box might be telling. But guess what? That's all CS2 Back was talking about in his paperwork. They was just trying to get to Double D. Double D say, I don't want to talk to Wack. I don't know how CS2 Back got switched up to Wack, but they say they don't want to talk to the Wack nigga. So Mr. Cash Jones, this is we gonna do it like we on the yard. We giving you a 30-day challenge, right, to come produce that paperwork or hang your chucks up on the wire. We don't want to hear the excuses. We don't want you to babble on about, oh, everybody just want me to be a snitch. We just want the facts to be facts. All my paperwork is public property. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, all you got to do is go to whatever hall of records you could go to. Go get that paperwork, which you probably got in the house. You probably burnt that shit, though. You don't want that shit nowhere around you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wack took the clubhouse to respond to BRICC Baby. The misconception here is because people don't have the full story, they think that Wack 100 was charged. Wack 100 is not a Main Street Crip, right? Wack 100 is a Pyru. He wasn't charged with the Main Street Crip in the conspiracy to commit murder. No, Wack 100 and Shaq was just really cool. And Wack 100, like, kind of helped them beat the case, you know, by giving up Stutterbox to their defense attorneys, okay? But Wack 100 is not a Main Street Crip. CS2 Back cannot be Wack 100 because Wack 100 isn't a Crip, nor was Wack 100 ever charged with conspiracy to like commit murder. And that's where the misconception is, right? Because CS2 Back, I believe, was somebody who was charged or one of the people who was involved somehow who turned bad. So Wack responds back to BRICC Baby, and here's what he has to say.
Be saying so much dumb. That nigga said I got 30 days to cover my paperwork. What paperwork, you stupid? What never charged with no case, you idiot? It's so dumb. And then he said all topic that he must have forgot all the clips we got. You got arrested for AK. No, I didn't. Oh, no, you didn't? Nigga, do you not know we got your paperwork now, nigga? That when the day you got arrested for AK-47, the day you got said, I ain't never been on no wiretaps. Nigga, you on a wiretap right here threatening your baby mama. That's why they raided your house on June 23rd. Yeah. Slow. He's slow. Now when I go on there and over him, wax the bully. Said I had a murder for hire case. Right. What the f? I had a murder for hire. The dinner said, you got Stutterbox Rolls Royce. See, this is how you know a lot of these dudes wasn't around. A lot of these people that be talking now, y'all wasn't around in them days. Because if you was around, you would known Stutterbox Rolls Royce got years before he got into it with Dildo. Redondo Beach over there, we went to get the Mexican food. Somewhere over there. But he wasn't around. Like, how old is that dude? I bet he mid-30s. He might have been 10, 11 years old. Yeah, you wasn't right. That's some 2002, 3. Let me see. A lot of these dudes wasn't around. Y'all just wasn't around.
Regardless of what y'all think about Wack 100, Wack 100 is currently suing WorldStar because WorldStar published this on their YouTube channel. So if he's currently suing WorldStar because this is fake, like, yo, WorldStar is $1 million company. WorldStar has all the resources to find out if this is true or not. You feel me? So like, it's kind of hard for this to be true while still being involved in suing WorldStar, and WorldStar actually like sent Wack a couple settlement offers because they've recognized them, like we, you know, like we messed up. Now, Wack 100 actually confronted the person who published like the video that was on WorldStar accusing Wack 100 of being CS2 back, or accusing Wack 100 of being a snitch. Now, this all happened on Clubhouse, and Wack confronted them, and here's the full conversation.
Put Cash Jones on what demonstration? Nigga, Cash Jones don't do no crime.
Why you trying to act like we don't know what we talking about? You
hey, nigga, we seen the work. We seen the work. Cash Jones on what? On the paperwork you filed on. Paperwork, you bitch. Copyright infringement. Ass. Shut your rat bastard ass up. Yeah, nigga. Shut your rat. And it didn't work. It's called having a legal team. It's called having a legal team. This is how slow this
you remind me of that LGBT.
That I exposed
hey, what that nigga say is
you ain't exposed. Hey, stupid. The minute you cross my face, big dummy, this why they gotta pay me. Stupid. Bro, do you even know? You is lost. They done made me 3 offers already. Are you crazy? So you think put that on film? They made me no offers. On the dead homies, you think World on your dead homies they ain't made me offer? Wait. Did you just put that on your dead homies? On the dead homies. WorldStar been hollering at me.
On his dead homies.
Are you saying they ain't make me offer? It's substantially true.